Coming up today on The Speakmans.
It's just stupid.
We meet a 28-year-old man who hasn't eaten solid food for a year.
The pain in him and his whole family was just so obvious, and it was just so hard to observe.
It's breaking us, Dave. It's breaking my heart.
Why can I not sit down and eat?
Today, he needs The Speakmans' help to change his life and save his marriage.
Set yourself free. My name's Dave, I'm 28 and I'm suffering at the moment from a fear of swallowing.
Have you had your meal, Ollie?
No. What are you gonna have?
The father of three stopped eating solid food a year ago.
I can sit there with a plate of food in front of me. I can put food in my mouth, I can chew food, and then it's literally the point of the swallowing part.
Is it yours then? Yeah, Ollie, what are you going to have to eat?
Please.
Chicken and peas.
Can I have a glass of Coke, please? That's it for me, thanks.
I suppose it's put stress on the family, things like going out. I still want to, but not physically being able to do things is causing a lot of stress.
Look, here's yours, Ollie.
You young man, there we
Thank
are.
you.
And the kids grilled chicken.
Whoa.
I was never a fussy eater anyway. I'd always eat whatever was put in front of me, and I thought, oh, it'll maybe just pass. It just seemed to have stuck with me, and I just can't seem to shake it.
Try one of those.
I'm all right, thanks.
I always offer him bits, whatever I have. Always offer him, try and get him to eat them. He's never interested.
Is it yummy?
We have been out, say to a play area with the children, and we'll order things, but he won't order anything. He'll just have a coffee or a cold drink or something, and just to keep him going, you know, while we're out and doing what we're doing. This is tea time in our household. Me and the kids will have normal kind of tea, pizza, or like proper meal. Dave will have some soup.
So, this is dinner time for me.
He doesn't sit with us anymore at the dinner table. He sits on the couch by himself and I sit with the children.
Just like, find it more comfortable sitting on my own and just having a bit of time to eat what I can. Just add me soup that I usually have. I mean, I don't normally have this soup, to be honest, because of all the bits that are in it, but as you can see, that's what's left.
It's definitely knocked my confidence, I'd say. I used to be the joker of the pack, and obviously due to this problem that I've obviously got at the moment, I'm no longer sort of the laugher and the joker.
Is that what Daddy used to look like? Is that his eye? Yeah.
We used to take the children swimming every Saturday morning. Dave was teaching Sophie to swim and Oliver was just getting the hang of it with his armbands. We haven't done that now since this all started. He just doesn't have the energy. We feel like we walk on eggshells a lot. Dave doesn't have the patience that you would usually have with the children or with stressful situations.
Thomas one's better, you can kick it dead hard.
If he was eating and he had the energy and the patience to deal with the things, he would deal with it a lot better, but now he'll fly off the handle at the slightest thing, or he'll go to bed early, or he'll stay in all weekend.
I do feel guilty and I feel bad for sort of putting it on Jen. I mean, obviously I know she's there for me and things, but, you know, it's only how long can it sort of go on for?
I hate this phobia. I hate it. It's like living with a stranger. I married this man and all of a sudden I'm now living with another that I don't really like very much.
She is worried about me. She's obviously wondering, you know, where this is going to end.
I still love him. He's still in there somewhere. But I feel like he's disappearing and that's not what I want to happen.
I don't know whether I can say it's a depression as such, but just to be the total opposite to what I used to be.
It's taken him away from us and that's what I feel like. He's so wrapped up in it.
Dave and Jen have been married for 5 years.
I miss Dave. I miss the way he was. I miss the happy Dave. The Dave that I married. The kids miss him.
Dave is 6'2". Over the past year, his phobia has seen him lose a quarter of his body weight.
So just over 11 stone, not great. I can see it in myself every time I look in the mirror.
He used to swim a lot, so he had muscly shoulders, muscly legs. That's all gone. He's just bones. He's literally just bones now.
If someone could just literally click the fingers and change one thing at the minute, it would be to have the weight back.
This is what I'm having to do at the moment. Obviously wear a belt with me work pants. Because obviously if I don't wear my belt, this is the weight that I've lost due to this eating problem. And obviously if I'm not wearing my belt, you can literally put my pants down over my hips and they can just take them off without even having to undo them.
Because he's already so thin. I don't know if he will end up in hospital. The doctors said to him that he will end up being, you know, put on a drip for fluids, put on a drip for vitamins, because he's not getting the nutrients he needs.
I mean, I don't know obviously what the sort of future holds, whether if this was to carry on, whether it would be sort of hospitalisation or, you know, whether I'd stay at this kind of level for, you know, for the rest of my life kind of thing, but it does worry me.
And we just want him back. I know it sounds silly because people might think, oh, it's only eating. And people say to him all the time, just eat, Dave, just swallow. And if it was that simple, he'd have done it by now.
It's at a point now where 12 months on, something needs to happen and it does need to stop.
He's just wrapped up in this phobia now and he can't see past it.
But it does worry me as to how bad could it get. I just don't know.
If Dave was to be treated and they fixed him and they made him eat again, I would get my family back, get my husband back, and that is all I want.
The family must make their way from their home in Liverpool to Speakman Hall in Manchester.
We're really looking forward to working with Dave today. This man is dwindling away to nothing, and it's got to change, and it's got to change today.
Today's the day. Today's the day that Dave gets his life back, to be honest with you.
Dave's terrified. He's finally admitted, you know, that he needs help with this. He can't fix it by himself, no matter how much we help him.
Hello. Pleased to meet you. Hello, Dave. Hiya. Good to see you. Hiya, Jenny.
Hi.
Welcome. Stick your brushing us. Come on.
Will Nick and Eva be able to help them? Coming up, Dave's phobia has had a devastating effect on his family.
It's breaking us, Dave. It's breaking my heart.
Can the Speakmans stop him from walking away?
Would you want to leave, Dave, if you couldn't fix it?
All the time I'll think about it.
Dave Roberts hasn't eaten solid food for a year.
This is dinner time for me. Soup.
His health and his marriage are suffering.
So just over 11 stone, not great.
It's like living with a stranger.
Today, he's come to see the Speakmans in the hope that they can give him his life back.
Welcome both. Thank you so much for coming here today. Nick and I, we want to know everything about what's brought you here today, really.
So February 2013, something happened. And
Yeah.
What was it? What happened?
We'd gone out for something to eat, hadn't we? Just to a local carvery. And we sat down, we were eating. It was about halfway through eating. And I got some food stuck. It was like glazed ham and putting it in my mouth, chewing it. And I don't know whether I took a breath. Maybe I wasn't expecting to take a breath and it got lodged. And then for sort of like that split second, it's like panic. Panic sets in, you know.
Could you breathe?
No, can't breathe. It's stuck, it's not going anywhere, and I'm kind of like frozen. But then I managed to sort of clear it.
Did you clear it by swallowing it or spitting it out?
I swallowed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about this until the next day.
And then what happened?
And what
the
happened
next
then?
day?
He phoned me on his lunch at work and said, I can't eat my dinner. I feel like there's something in my throat. And he said, I choked last night when we were having that meal. But we just didn't think anything of it.
But what's actually happened since from there?
We tried to carry on as normal, didn't we? Still making normal meals at home, and you would try and eat them.
So you'd actually cook a meal and put it in front of him?
Yeah.
And the children?
Yeah.
So you'd sit around the table together, and then
Yeah,
what would happen?
like we always did. He would chew and chew and chew. and not be able to swallow it, so he'd end up spitting it out.
How has this affected him as a dad? Have you ever told Dave that?
Yeah, I've told you, haven't I?
Yeah.
You were always so energetic and you're teaching Sophie to swim, and that's how I used to go every Saturday, didn't we? Saturday morning, be swimming. I'd have Oliver because he was smaller, and you'd go and teach Soph, wouldn't you? And then we'd always go for lunch afterwards. But obviously when this happened, we couldn't do it anymore, could we? I had no energy to do it. Yeah. So we stopped. The kids miss it.
Can I ask Jenny, obviously being
Yeah.
honest with Dave now,
Yeah.
and you're looking at Dave,
Yeah.
but Dave's sort of looking away.
Yeah.
Why is that, Dave?
I don't know, I just feel like I've let them down. In my eyes, I'm not a good dad being like this.
OK, but so you know deep inside that your children are missing out?
Yeah.
So because we're being honest today,
Yeah.
can you tell Dave how it's affecting you? And like, don't hold back. Just
Yeah.
what's it doing to you and your family? What's it doing to you?
It's breaking us, Dave. We're so solid, we've done everything together. You're the strong one, you're the one that keeps us all together, and now I feel like it's all on my shoulders. Which I don't mind, because I'm their mummy, obviously, and I'm your wife. But I need you back. I need that support. It's breaking my heart.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. I don't want you to be sorry. I want you to understand that, you know, we're here. Anything you need from us, just ask. We want to be back to old us. So do you.
Yeah.
You miss him, don't you?
Yeah. He's everything to me, and I miss him.
So looking to the future, and particularly to you, Jenny, you know, how does the future look and feel if we didn't help Dave today?
I don't know. I don't want to say that we'd split up. I don't like to. I think he would leave, because I think he feels so sad that he's upsetting us. I don't think he'd want us to go through it anymore.
Would you want to leave Dave if you couldn't fix it?
If it came to, well, this is how it's going to be and this is how I am and I'm stuck like this kind of thing, then the only option would be to remove myself from
That's what I think
from
you'd
them
do.
and
You'd
stop.
run
How
away.
close have you actually been to just thinking, I can't deal with it, I'm affecting my wife, I'm affecting the children, and I've got to go?
All the time I'll think about it.
What's that like for you to hear that, Jenna, that your husband has thought about leaving?
I know he thinks about it. I can see it in his eyes.
What would that do to you?
I don't know. I don't want to live my life without Dave.
It's just a horrible situation. I've never been like this. I've never felt like this.
you're lost,
yeah,
isn't it?
it's so hard to explain. I mean, a simple thing of sitting down and eating a meal. Everybody does it. I've done it for the last 20-odd years. Why now? I'm 28. Why now is this happening to me? Why can I not sit down and eat?
The Speakmans have asked the family to write letters to each other, saying how they feel.
Dear Dave, I'm so proud to call you my husband, and if this past week has proved anything, it's proved just how brave you are. And over the past year, you've changed both physically and mentally. The man I married is still in there somewhere, and I know that you can beat this. This letter is just a few words to tell you I love you, the kids love you, you're the best husband or daddy that we could ask for. Always and forever, Jenny.
Could I ask you to read your letter, Dave, please?
Yeah. Dear Jen, I just wanted to let you know how sorry I am for putting you and our children through this problem I've faced for the past 12 months. I'm so lucky to have you. I just want you to know this. My wish is obviously to get over this hurdle. and for us to get back to doing the things that we love doing so much. I love you with all my heart, always and forever, Dave.
Both said always and forever. Could I take Sophie's letter?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I read it?
No.
So, Dad, I want you to get better because then we can go out for tea and we can go swimming again. I wish that you could get better so that we can do the things we did when you could eat. Lots of love, Sophie and Ollie. With a smiley face, 2 hearts and 2 kisses. There's yours.
That must be you.
Are you ready for change, Dave?
Yeah, more than anything. I mean, for an 8-year-old to have to say that, she shouldn't have to say that to her dad. You know, she's 8.
I'm sure that obviously it's affecting your little family unit and obviously yourself, Dave, and I really feel for you all. But obviously, you know, life before was not just you guys, it was you and everybody around you. So, I mean, I would expect that this has really affected other people close to you as well, has it?
You don't go out anymore. If like they want him to go for a pint or whatever, it'll be any excuse under the sun, won't it, to stay in, because he doesn't like the way he looks. So he's been out before in 2 T-shirts and a jumper just to bulk himself up a bit and make it look like, you know, because they're such a jokey bunch of friends and it's all, come on, Dave, just eat, come on, Dave, just eat. And obviously he's thinking, do you not think I would just eat if I could?
So there's that, because of that, have you pushed them away? Because there comes a point where you can't keep saying no.
Yeah.
And because I know that one of your friends, Mike, does want to come here today.
We would like to meet Mike and have a little chat and see what Mike's perspective and your friend's perspective on the situation is.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us, Mike. I really, really appreciate it. We've been talking to Dave and Jenny about Dave's issue, and we've been listening to how it's affected them, and we're really interested to see sort of your perspective. How do you see this situation and how's it affected you?
Well, we don't really see much anymore, coming from a friend's point of view. We'll still stay in touch, mainly phone calls, but I say whereas in the past we'll go out, go for something to eat, go for a few drinks, that type of thing, it doesn't seem to happen anymore. Not for the lack of trying.
What was Dave like in the past, like before this all happened?
It's a fair beautiful one, phoning everyone up, trying to get us all to come out himself, yeah, organising everything. Having us trying to get him to come home rather than getting him to come out.
So you're saying that this is the life and soul of the party?
He really was, yeah.
Dave was a party animal, was he?
Yeah, he really was. But I say that does seem to have changed.
What's your take on it? How do you see this issue?
I say I've spoken to Jen before in the past about it. I didn't obviously realise Dave's very good at hiding how things can affect him. So obviously I didn't realise how serious the situation was. I knew there was problems, obviously speaking to Jen, but not as serious as obviously how much it's going now.
You said that Dave's good at hiding, but he's physically changed, hasn't he?
Yeah.
How does that make you feel looking at him now?
I would say, again, it's like a shadow of him for myself, really, from what he was. It's not good at all. And again, I have spoken to him about it, but trying to get him to open up can be difficult sometimes.
Well, today's all about opening up, so can you tell Dave what it's like for you?
And your friends?
Yeah, it's not nice. I mean, we miss you type of thing, you know. As I say, you used to be there, getting everyone else out. It used to be hard for me to get out. I can't keep myself inside the house now. Because it's just trying to get you to come out. It's all very well and good coming out for a game of golf type of thing, but just being around, coming out, you know, going for a meal with the kids and the family and that. We used to go trips to Wales and that for the day with the family. But it doesn't happen anymore. Don't get the phone calls.
So let me ask you, mate, knowing that what blokes are like, do you feel that a lot of them have just given up on it?
I don't suppose a lot of them have given up. I think it's more they don't know what else they can do. So they used to be able to tell me anything. It just seems to have gone. And I don't know if that's affecting it even worse. I don't know, because obviously he's got Jen to speak to, but I don't know.
Doesn't speak anyway, does he, Mike?
No, it just seems to have stopped.
But what you're saying, Mike, is what Jen said earlier. She just wants the old Dave back.
Yeah, yeah.
I think everybody wants him back, don't they?
Yeah. I say life and soul of the party just seems to be a shadow now, so.
I think that's what you want too, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, more than anything. Yeah, I want to be the one taking the mick out of these lot, not the other way round. I don't want to be on the receiving end of it.
So, if we're successful with our therapy today, then this is actually the last time you'll see Dave like this.
That'd be good. That'd be brilliant.
So, are you guys ready to leave us to do our thing and leave us with Dave? Are you ready, Dave? Are you ready to change?
Yeah.
Is this your moment?
Today.
It is, isn't it?
Today is the day.
I've never seen Dave cry, not like that before about anything, so it must be really affecting him. He's obviously been keeping it a secret, trying to be strong for us, but there's no need anymore.
I've got to say that seeing Dave get upset and emotional, I was really fighting to hold back the tears, because it's just, you know, even as an observer, as a third party, to just look in and see what's happening is heartbreaking. So for the family, for Jenny and for the children, this just must have turned their lives upside down. Right, Mike, are you jumping in?
Yeah, all right, buddy. Take care.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks.
So, Jenny, before you go, it's the last time you're going to see Dave like this. So...
What would you like to tell him?
Just, I love you.
Love you more.
Good luck.
Love you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I felt absolutely desperate to help this man. The pain in him and his whole family was just so obvious, and it was just so hard to observe. However, I just felt that he really wanted it, but there was this massive protection, this massive wall that he'd put up, and he was still frightened just to look over it. So first instinct was, this isn't going to be easy.
Feeling nervous, a bit worried, unsure of obviously what's going to sort of happen, but in the same time I know it's obviously for the good, and hopefully I can walk away from this back to normal.
I mean, ultimately, we just want to give Dave his life back, because he's not Dave anymore. We want to give him his life back, and to do that, he's got to eat solid food, and we've got to see that. We've got to go through the process with him, starting off. Obviously, he's not had solid food for a long time now, so we've got to take it gradually. But yes, by the end of today, we want Dave eating solid food.
Coming up, Dave starts his intensive therapy.
It's just stupid.
Can the Speakmans change the way he thinks about food and bring him back to his family?
Set yourself free.
For the past year, 28-year-old Dave Roberts has only eaten soup. During mediation with the Speakmans, he realised just how much his phobia was hurting his family.
I don't want to live my life without Dave.
He's desperate to change.
Why can I not sit down and eat?
So Dave, knowing that your diet is so restricted, and knowing how you've had to adapt your life, in this cupboard here, I've got a representation of every Christmas, every birthday, every anniversary, every birthday party, every piece of Oliver's or William's or Sophie's birthday cake. This, and I know it's tough, but if things don't change today, this is a representation of your future and your every single social event that you're ever going to experience. Don't look fun, does it?
Don't look exciting to me. Not in the least.
Not at all.
And can I just ask you a question, just because I've not established this anyway? If you do see something like, for example, I've got a plate of biscuits here.
Yeah.
What do you think instantly me showing you that?
Don't know, just doesn't interest me.
And did you used to eat biscuits?
Yeah.
And you enjoyed them? But looking at that, it doesn't interest you, or is it just like you've switched it off and it's just not even an option?
Yeah, it's just kind of, I just blank it out if you like, kind of thing. It's just...
But have you blanked it out because you're frightened?
I don't know. I mean, I can put it in my mouth, I can chew it, and then it comes to the swallowing part, and it's literally just that part when it comes to the swallowing, as if something's there, and it just as if it won't go down. I'm not afraid of looking at it or touching it or putting it in my mouth or eating, like biting it.
It's just the swallow itself.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay, let's go and take a seat. So if we don't sort this today, what does the future look like?
Grim, very grim. I mean, obviously, I don't want to put this on Jen and the kids.
So, in essence, everything that would normally bond you with family and friends, that's it. It finished 12 months ago. It ended.
So, Dave, a year ago, your life changed for the worse. We've already established that. What I'd like you to do, I want to go back to that moment that it all changed.
Yeah.
And what I'd like you to do, so just so you can describe it exactly as it happened, I'd just like you to close your eyes.
So yeah, we just a normal day out, obviously gone for something to eat for a roast with Jen and the kids. I always used to get like the glazed ham, and obviously I remember sort of eating it, and as I say, about halfway through, whether it was, as I say, talking to Jen or one of the kids, or, I mean, we were obviously all talking while we were eating anyway, as we do. And I just remember sort of a piece of meat getting lodged in my throat. And sort of for that brief second, it sort of almost panic.
Why?
I mean, it's like a million things going round in your head, you know, I've got to clear it, I can't breathe, you know, do I mention it to somebody and sort of make a scene, or, you know, can I try and clear it on my own?
So let me ask you something. Might be an odd question, I don't know, but would you believe something that's not true?
I'd say no.
What football team do you support?
Not big on football, but Man United.
Okay. If I said to you, this is United's best season they've ever had, would you believe that?
No.
Why?
Because it's not true.
It's not true?
Not true.
Okay. Now, the interesting thing is that, it may surprise you, that we all go through life believing stuff that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
Because we interpret things in the moment, and therefore we believe that that's fact. So, the thing that started all this off, the culprit, I'd like to revisit it. So I've got something to show you. This, a mouthful of ham, is what's ruined your life for the last year. Mm-hmm. What's caused all the stress to your family, brought you to breaking point where you feel like walking out the door and leaving them.
Where the children and Jenny's having to be mum and dad at the same time.
All because of that.
It's silly, it's daft.
And you know what's even dafter? The fact that nothing happened. You see, if you were sat in front of me and you said, Nick, but do you know what happened? I choked, I died, they got the ambulance, they brought me back to life. And I thought, oh my God, I better not do that again. I get it. But what I don't get is that, let's say that it was life-threatening. And I know it felt life-threatening because this is why this was set up in the first place. Yeah. Because ultimately, in that moment, you felt that you were going to die. And in that moment, what then happens is that your mind says, if I survive this, and I don't die, what is it? What's causing this so I can avoid it in the future? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you came up with the fact that it was your throat that caused it. Is that true?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. You know that it's not true. And in my experience, only a complete idiot will believe something that's not true. Is that fair to say? I'm not going to go at you. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
It's not true.
Yeah.
You were born being able to swallow. You swallowed proficiently for many, many years. You even swallowed brilliantly on that day because it went down. You could have coughed it up,
You didn't
but
choke,
instead
yeah. Swallowed
it went down. So it actually did exactly what it was supposed to do. The only difference was is that in that moment, because you were in a panic state, you created what's known as a schema, and that's like a reference in your brain. In that panic moment, what was it? What do I need to protect myself from? And it was swallowing.
How long have you been driving?
5 years or so.
Okay. How often do you have a near miss in your car?
Nearly every day, on the M56.
Yeah. Okay. Nearly every day you have a near miss that could kill you. Does it stop you driving?
No.
This stopped you eating. That was a near miss.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a near miss, it was nothing.
Yeah.
What it was, do you know what it really was? You were coughing, and what it comes down to is embarrassment. You're embarrassed because you didn't want to cough and make a scene in a restaurant that was full and in front of your family.
Had you coughed and
Had
made
you
a bit of
coughed
a
and made
scene,
a bit of
it would have
scene?
been over.
Nothing. You wouldn't have had this for 12 months. But because you kept it inside and you didn't want to make a scene and you didn't want to get embarrassed, this is the repercussions.
Just became overinflated, exaggerated. The whole memory became exaggerated because you couldn't do the natural instinct and felt trapped in that moment.
Because if near misses stop you doing anything, then you'd stay in your house.
Yeah, wouldn't leave.
You don't think twice of getting in your car. Do you remember when you were little?
Stop me from doing
Do you remember when you were little? What was your favourite TV programme?
Teenage Mutant
Ninja Turtles, right? Okay. So, and you'd do anything to watch that. Why did you stop watching it?
Grow up.
Okay. That's what I'm asking you to do.
Nailed it, Nev. That's it.
That's what I want you to do, Dave. You've had 12 months of believing something that's entirely not true, and now all I'm asking is for you to grow up. Not just for you, but for Jenny and your children. Because you've nearly broken them. There's nothing wrong with you. Time to start eating again, is it not?
Yeah.
Set yourself free. Is that part of it or all of it?
Just part of it.
Okay. Was that all right? Did it go down?
Yeah, it is going down.
Go.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Better than it has been. I'm still... I don't know, it's still... Sorry. It's just stupid.
It's going. Did you just swallow, yes or no?
Yeah.
Great. You did it. Was it easier, yes or no?
Yeah.
Dave, you just swallowed.
You said it's just stupid. It was,
It was.
stupid.
Yeah.
And we all do stupid things. when we first sat down with Dave, I could see that, I mean, he's been frightened for 12 months. You know, he's faced with a broken family and potentially losing his family. And there was such a lot riding on it that it had to work. But he's also thinking, well, how can two people talking to me change my mindset that I'm okay? And it was hard. There's no doubt about it. It was hard.
Dave's made an important first step. Now Nick and Eva want to take his treatment a stage further.
So, we've got some lovely food here. What do you think?
Looks nice.
Okay. So, which one are you going to try first, then?
Probably the jacket potato skin.
Okay. Let's move them round. Here we go.
Forks there, there's a knife at the side of you as well.
Understandably, you're going to have a little bit of apprehension. But don't mix apprehension up with fear. Because the fear's gone. I can see that in your eyes now. I can see that it's gone.
Very chilled, I must say. Does it taste nice? That going all right? Yeah, but tuck into whatever. We've got a bit of curry there. We've got some barbecue chicken. There's mushrooms. Just so that you've got some different textures and just to give yourself the evidence that you've just forgotten. Do you think you'll ever eat soup again?
No. I'm sick of the sight of soup.
The fact is that Dave and like so many people out there, they have one incident that's traumatic and suddenly they create this belief that completely changes their life. But it's something that they made up in an instant. And that's the great thing, that there's so many people out there thinking, I've got this huge problem, it's going to last forever. If it was created in an instant, it can also go in an instant.
I'd never have thought 12 months ago that not, sitting there in front of a meal and refusing it, or just not being able to eat it. I couldn't ever imagine it, ever. And to obviously have gone down this road now for the last 12 months where I've denied myself, obviously, eating properly. And obviously denied my family from doing the things, that we used to do. It makes me feel sad in a way, the fact that I've wasted 12 months of everyone's time. I'm just glad now that it's, that this is the day that it kind of stops and we can get back to being normal again.
Coming up, Dave is reunited with his family. And now that he's finally swallowed solid food, can he take things to the next level and eat out with his wife and children?
Yes, please. What can I get you?
Over the past year, Dave's phobia has seen him lose a quarter of his body weight.
So, just over 11 stone. Not great.
It's pushed his family to breaking point.
It's like living with a stranger, and we don't want to live with that man anymore. We just want the old Dave back.
In just one afternoon with the Speakmans, Dave managed to take a giant step forward.
Set yourself free.
And finally eat solid food. Whilst Dave is having his treatment with Nick and Eva, Jen has taken the children to Blackpool.
It's sad being here without Dave because we always come together, always come as a family. This is our place to bring the kids because they just love it here. They love the fair, they love all the games, the arcades and everything.
6 months ago, Dave came here with them but had to leave early because he couldn't face a family meal in public.
We went to Blackpool last year with the children, went to see the lights. Kids wanted fish and chips, so they got them. Dave got fish and chips because he does, show willing now and again and he will order something. Couldn't eat it, so he just lost his patience. We drove home early so the kids didn't get to see the lights, they didn't get to do what they wanted to do. Because Dave just wanted to get home, all he can see is needs to be at home. He's safe at home, there's nobody looking at him, there's nobody judging him.
Now Nick and Eva have brought Dave here to surprise his family.
Jen?
Dad?
Ollie? Hiya. Hello. You alright?
Yeah, are you?
Yeah. Love you.
Love you.
Did you eat?
Yeah.
Proper food?
Proper food.
I don't know what to say.
Don't sit down. Ollie. Hiya.
You're going to say hello to Dad?
Happy building a sandcastle. I had chicken with barbecue sauce and then mushroom, garlic breaded mushroom, and there was like a curry there as well.
I don't believe
jack
it.
of potato and
Stoned.
skins. No, it went down.
I'm so proud. I'm so pleased.
Love you.
Love you.
So, what do you want to do now?
Eat.
Kids? Al? Come here. I've got a plan. Do you want to know what the plan is?
Yeah?
How do you fancy fish and chips? What do you reckon?
For the first time in a year, will Dave and his family be eating out for tea?
Yes, please. What can I get you?
Hiya, can I have 3 fish and chips and chips and gravy, please?
Yeah, okay.
Good chips.
Unbelievable. Dave just sat down, ate it like he used to. I couldn't speak. I still can't speak. I don't feel like it's real. Just ate it like a normal
So there's a conclusive proof. He hasn't been a normal person for a year.
Had like 3 heads or something.
It's just amazing, just nice to have him back, nice to not see him frightened anymore, you know, frightened in his face at what he's got to face. It's just tea.
You know what? We always hope that we're going to get a result like this. And we see it many times, but you just never know. You know, it could be one of those cases. And at first, when we started working with him, it was a bit more difficult than we expected. But do you know what? What a payoff. What a payoff. How fantastic.
It's hard to explain what the Speakmans do. Like, obviously they were, you know, we're just sort of having a chat in their kitchen kind of thing. It wasn't anything out of the ordinary. But when they sort of like ask certain questions and things, it does put, obviously, the issues they had into perspective and things like that. And, you know, it does make you think, it does make you realise.
I'm so pleased we came today. So pleased we met the Speakmans. They've just changed us for the better, brought us back to normal. He's so brave and I'm so proud.
What was your expectation, Jenna, today?
I knew you would fix him. I did know that, didn't I? I said to you I had every faith that you'd fix him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But I don't know. I feel like I can't speak. I'm so in shock.
I think to see Jenny's reaction, the fact that when she first arrived, we couldn't keep her quiet because she was telling us all about this issue and she was so articulate and you know, she just went on and on and on. And then seeing her husband eat for the first time in 12 months, she was absolutely speechless. She couldn't speak. That was just the best. It was just amazing. I'm so happy, really thrilled.